fellow film theorists, I'm back with another theory video, and this time it's about Harry Potter and Azkaban. So recently, Super Carlin Brothers released a video about Dementors and Azkaban. And whilst I was intrigued by the new information about how Dementors came into existence, I did find myself correcting them on one thing. What is this one thing, I hear you ask? At one moment, Jay refers to the levels of punishment being detention, expulsion, life imprisonment. And as far as he can tell, they only seem to be handing out life sentences.
Point is, they go from 0 to 100 fast, and as far as I can tell, they only really seem to be handing out life sentences. It's like detention, expulsion, life in prison. What if you're not in school?
If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it down below because it's actually a really good watch. So how I came about the knowledge that Jay was wrong was actually through researching for another Harry Potter theory that I have coming along later. I was trying to disprove Credence as a brother before moving into who his real identity might be, when I stumbled upon a list of known Azkaban prisoners. Having read down the list, I noted that whilst a majority of them were life sentences, and they were usually called for it that, there were some who did not serve life sentences, and this was due to the sentencing not having been broken out or been proven innocent. First on the list was Jane Court. Don't recognise the name? She was a character in the Hogwarts mystery game as part of a side quest, and she serves a 1-year sentence for an unknown crime. I get it. The game isn't really canon. So what about Carlotta Pinkstone? She was imprisoned for the repeated and deliberate violation to the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy. She was deemed Wizard of the Month in November of 2005, and she is on a famous Wizards card. She was a strong activist for the annulment of the need for secrecy in the 20th century and was purposely using magic in public places to expose them to muggles. But they lead to a series of convictions and imprisonments, which means she was sentenced and released multiple times. Okay, we don't actually know how long she was sentenced for and whether in fact she was released for them. We just know that in the 1990s, she's still alive and that her wizarding card shows her to be in shackles. So, let's mention maybe more familiar names. Sturgis Podmore. He was a part of the original Order of the Phoenix and fought in both wars. He was also a member of the Advanced Guard. Now, that name may not sound familiar if you have only seen the movies, but basically when they moved Harry to Grimmauld Place at the beginning of the 5th book, this is the name of those that went to go and take him there safely. The movie not only not shows 4 of the characters of the Advanced Guard, one of which being Lupin, the movie doesn't actually show the other 3 at all. One of those 3 is Sturgis. Now, the day of Harry's hearing at the Ministry for using magic in front of a muggle, the 12th of August, was also the same day that Sturgis was guarding the entrance to the Department of Mysteries to prevent Death Eaters from stealing the prophecy. Unfortunately, Lucius Malfoy was also at the Ministry on this day and put him under the Imperious Curse. While under the Imperious Curse and during his next guard shift on the 31st of August, he was forced to break into the Department of Mysteries and attempt to steal the prophecy. He was caught, could not speak in his defence, and was sentenced to 6 months at Azkaban. Upon his release, he rejoined the Order and fought in the Second War. So what about Mundungus Fletcher? He was arrested and sent to Azkaban for impersonating an Inferius, which we know to be after the death of Sirius Black at the end of Order of the Phoenix, due to him stealing and selling stuff from Grimmauld Place and being caught by Harry. He promptly went into hiding, but the Daily Prophet reported shortly afterwards about his sentence. It is not certain whether he escaped in the mass breakout or was released, but we know that it was a minor sentencing and he was not re-imprisoned after the Second War to serve out any potential remaining time. The last people on my list are the Gaunts, Marvolo and Morphin. Upon learning of Merope's infatuation with Tom Riddle Sr., Morphin attacked the Muggle with painful hives, and because of this recklessness and disregard for wizarding laws, they had Bob Ogden, one of the officials from the Ministry of Magic, pay them a visit. During this visit, there was violent resisting against the official, and Marvolo justified Morphin's actions and refused to have a calm discussion about it. Just before Ogden left, Morphin blurted out the truth about Merope's romantic attraction to the muggle that he attacked. Marvolo, enraged, started to attack Merope, and Ogden had to step in to protect her. This started a jinx war where Ogden apparated back to the Ministry and returned within 15 minutes with reinforcements. The fight pursued, but ultimately they were subdued and placed under arrest. Marvolo was found guilty and sentenced to 6 months in Azkaban, where he was released afterwards. Morphin was found guilty as an accomplice, but also had the additional charges of attacking Tom Riddle Sr. and was sentenced to 3 years. We know that he was released after this because Voldemort sets him up to take the fall for the death of Tom Riddle Sr. Point is, there are more than enough examples to prove that life sentences are not all that are handed out, and there are in fact other types of sentences for varying levels of crime. I can understand, however, that the punishment may not necessarily fit the crime. What do you guys think? Do you think that they received the correct sentencing for their crime? Or do you think that they should have received a shorter or longer time? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more theories. You can find more videos on my channel like gaming videos or even my speed watercolor fact videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!